وسلم.
Hi, Assalamu alaikum, Shabab. Sorry, I was locked in on Amir Charkis and the MB chat.
Alright.
But, yeah.
Alright.
The season has finally ended. It's time for playoffs.
Yep. But before we get into that, we know announcements. The people of Palestine. Remember, we're balling for Gaza. We're balling for Palestine. Don't forget them in everything that you do. Support them however you can. Boycott, dua, voting, whatever it may be. A few announcements on the league side of things. We're getting into playoffs, like Tawfiq just said. So remember, I've made the same announcement the last couple of weeks. Remember, stay in line. Let's not get chippy now. We're doing great. Let's keep it that way. A few other things. One, I didn't highlight this last week. I wanted to highlight it this week. The league understands that there could be issues with the refs and the staff. So all we ask is that you guys maintain a level of respect. Remember, you are presenting. You are representing the deen. You guys are representing this religion of Islam. We are Muslim. Represent it the right way. Don't disrespect them. Have normal conversation with them. We'll have our talks with the refs so that they treat you guys correctly. Please treat them correctly. And the last announcement I'd like to make, if you leave anything at the gym, we are not taking it with us. Do not forget anything at the gym. Make sure you clean up after yourself and you be responsible for your own things. We are not taking things home with us anymore, whether it's a 400 pair of basketball sneakers or your jersey. We're leaving it at the gym. You could deal with it. All right, and now we are getting into it. First, we'll talk about week 10, and then we'll get into the first week of the playoffs, inshallah.
All right. First game is Al-Bireh versus Ramallah. It's so sad that I have to talk about this game, but, we got the W. 80-66. So, they got Enes Zubi from Wish. That was their guest, Enes Andy. Obviously, they're missing Enes Zubi. They're missing the two twins. And obviously, it was a big miss for them. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I think the two twins actually make a huge difference for them.
I said that to Hassan. I was like you could tell they were missing because the energy, the defensive energy.
That's what it is. Exactly. Enes Zubi, obviously amazing, averages 20 a game. But the energy from those two kids makes a huge difference for Ramallah, in my opinion.
It is
because,
a game changer.
By the end in the second half, obviously the score is a little misleading. They were in the game. It was a 7-point game, 6-point game with maybe 4 minutes left.
They brought it down to
we
2
kind
or
of
4.
just we kind of just added on at the end, and the score makes it a lot better. But at the end of the game, in the zone, you could tell they were playing zone, and Salman and Khalid were trying their best, but it takes a lot out of you for 40 minutes to be running up and down the floor. And Jay, mashallah alayh, 26, 10, and 11, but bro, he had the ball every single play, and he was guarding me every single play without any breaks. So it definitely took a lot out of them.
Wow, both of you guys have triple doubles.
Yeah,
Crazy.
it definitely took a lot out of them. But really, we started off the game really, really well. That's what the big difference is for us. If one of Amir, Hassan, or Jojo is hitting threes, then everything else is going to open up on the floor, and then that's how I'm going to score, Nadir's going to score, Khalid's going to score, and that's really the big difference for us, and that's what me and Ahmad have been saying from the start of the year.
Yeah.
If Al-Bireh makes shots and we're all hitting threes, we blow out every single team. If we're not hitting threes, then it kind of goes to garbage, and we have terrible body language, and Tawfiq gets a tech, and we lose. So that's basically the story of our season.
I mean, it was pretty simple. Ramallah played his own, so your play style really took. You guys didn't have to move much off ball. It was just zone, everyone stand out. You were driving well, Nadir was driving well, kicking it out, finding the open guy. I saw AK had a couple threes early. Jojo was on fire, especially early. Amit had a couple threes. So even Khalid hit a few threes. So it worked perfectly into the hands of Al-Bireh offensively. But like we said before regarding the two kids, you could tell they weren't. Ramallah would usually get there. They would play better defensively in the zone, but without the energy, without the stamina, I guess, they couldn't keep up, especially for the full 40 minutes.
Yeah. On the Ramallah side, though, Jihad played absolutely phenomenal. 26, 10, and 11. If there was a time to break the rule for the player of the week loss, this stat line is ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
And he was guarding me for the whole game until the second half where they switched to zone. Salman, once again, him and Muhammad Al-Hindi keep going notch for notch for most improved player. 16 and 15. And, bro, he was making some tough buckets.
8 for 12.
Getting the ball in the post, on Amir or Khalid, and, we're doubling him, and he's hitting, a hook shot off the glass. Every single time I felt all right, it's over. We're going to go on a 10-0 run, and we're going to win it. He'll come up with, a big putback or something and keep him in the game. He played amazing. And all jokes aside, the guy that they did bring to sub for Anazubi, Anasani, he's a great player. You could clearly tell that, like, he just wasn't really hitting his shots, which definitely did hurt them. Like, 6 for 26, 13 points, 0 for 11 from the 3. If he hits a couple of those threes earlier, the game completely shifts, and maybe they have the game. Like, maybe they do have the win. So, yeah, Khalid Saleh also, he looked like a little hobbled. Like, I don't know if he, like, hurt his ankle or he rolled his ankle or something like that, but he was limping around, so inshallah he gets better by the time playoffs comes. But yeah, like, overall, like Amr said, like, they kind of fit our team. Like, it was zone, I was pushing the pace, and I was kicking, and everybody was hitting, so it just makes everything seem better. So Jojo, 28 points, I had 14 points, Khalid Sahwal, 12 points, and he had a turnaround 3 in the dagger for the clutch. Oh, bro, I'm not you. And, yeah, bro. Abdul Kareem, 3 for 4, 9 points. Everybody was just playing well, and that's what we like to see.
Yeah.
And, you know, I had another triple-double.
This triple-double was valid, all right? This triple-double was valid. Same goes for Jay's triple-double. There was no stat padding going on here. It was really, I was thinking about it. I was like, how the hell did you get to 11 assists? It was because you were kicking and they were actually hitting.
Yeah,
you were kicking and they just kept hitting.
We had 14 threes.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's what it was. So, props to you, baby.
Yeah.
I thought about it when we get to my game. I was actually, even though I played horrible,
You were diming.
I was 3 assists away from a triple double. I didn't realize.
Yeah, trying to be like greatness. All right. In the second game, not really much to talk about here. I was playing, so if I'm gonna watch any of this, he can give you.
So
guys
I would like to. I kept trying to peep over, but it was Qibya from the get go. It was from the get. It was Qibya from the get go. They took a demanding lead.
Adil might be player of the week.
He went off towards the end of the half and started the second half. Balah, especially towards the beginning of the second half, Balah did make a little bit of a comeback, and then I looked back over and it was right back to a 20-point game. So they made a push. I don't know exactly what happened. I mean, you could assume based off the stats that a few shots were hit. His Hawk maybe hit a few threes.
So Al-Bireh was short-handed though. Like before we start dissecting them, no Ilyas, no Idris, and no Hassan Farhat, which is like their 3 starters other than Hassan and his Hawk.
They guessed it Momo.
So obviously that makes a huge difference. Hassan, it definitely looked like he didn't really have it going, and he didn't really have a chance from the start to have it going. 2 for 10 from 3. It was nice to see that his Hawk had a good game. 7 for 16, 18 points, 5 assists. Like, we've been saying he could do this, and he could do this on a regular basis. And in the playoffs, like, you know, it doesn't matter. One game and you get hot. So if it's Hawk and Ilyas or Hassan get hot, they could definitely be, like, a ugly team to play, even though they're 2-8. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you got Hassan. There's a chance.
Yeah.
On the Qibya side, Adil Yusuf could be player of the week this week, bro. 27, 12, and 6.
Crazy stat line. MashaAllah.
12 for 20, so that's like 60% shooting, too.
Yeah,
My boy was
amazing.
hooping. Yeah, Afan, I've been telling him this since last year. He's a bot for not signing up because he's way too good to not play. He's sitting there coaching, and he's dropping 15, 12, and 5.
On 50%.
And he's like 17, and he's like, oh my God, bro, I can't play basketball 3 times a week. He's a bot, yo.
That might be the most sorry thing I've ever heard.
Ali Maheen, 5 for 13. It's nice to see that he had a good game.
Yeah.
Finally. Because they're going to need it eventually.
I mean, it was just last week was so bad that...
Just generally, he was struggling a little, but it's nice to see like a nice stat line, 12 and 6. They're going to need it next season. I mean, next round in the playoffs. They want to go somewhere.
Stat line? Imagine you got 2 more assists.
If he got 2 more assists, he's definitely player of the week.
Without a doubt.
But
17, 22, and 8.
Like, you could give Adil player of the week. You could give Farhad player of the week. You could give like a lot of them player of the week. Oh. I'm not the Ghani 10 points.
Yeah, I actually peeped this yesterday night, and I couldn't believe my eyes. I know a lot of it. I know at least a 3. No, I'm pretty sure both 3s came in garbage time.
This is real. They didn't accidentally click on something.
I don't think it's fake. I think it's real.
2 3s?
I know he had a 3. So, like, I wouldn't be surprised if they found him again and he had another one.
Alright, so we have nothing to talk about. I'm Abdul Ghani player of the week. 10 points.
Career high without a doubt.
100%
Without a doubt.
Double digits?
What is the averages now? What's his MBR now?
He's probably averaging the most points in his whole
Live
life.
MBR. Wow.
He's not most improved player. He went from 0 to 1.4. I'm the only hooping. Yeah, I mean, there's not really much to say here. But I was pretty short-handed, and Qibya did what they were supposed to. And Farhad's a joke. And so did Adil.
Yeah.
That's about it. Third game. This is game of the week right here. Safad versus Nablus. Okay, before Omar goes, Nablus was missing Ali Hassan. They brought
Mo Popal.
They put the wrong guy in again for a guest. But, they brought Mo Popal and as the guest, and I don't know if Ali Hassan's going to be out for the season, but they were saying his knee is like severely messed up and he went to go get an MRI. So inshallah he's okay for his sake.
Inshallah.
But it doesn't matter because Mana owns Alman Abbasi. Now you could go.
I don't want to go, but no, we started off the game like garbage. Like it was actually horrendous. Like we weren't even playing defense or offense, and it was like we didn't know what the other team was doing, and then we fixed it in the second half, and we played a much better second half. It was 30-17 in the second half. We brought it down to a couple points, had a few points in the game, towards the end of the game, but we just couldn't close out, and it didn't help that I couldn't hit a shot for my life.
Safad dug themselves in a hole early. Like first half ended 35-18 right now from what I can see. So it was already hard that you're going to climb back from a 20-point deficit. It's way harder when your team collectively shoots 27% from the field.
10% from the three.
So not one guy, I think, on the team shot over 50%. Yeah. It doesn't matter like how great the defense is. It doesn't matter like how much energy you play with. Like at the end of the day, like basketball is about buckets. Like you're going to need some buckets. So Mohamed Deeb looked like he had a really good game, 16-12, which was nice to see. You guys were missing Amir Koyes, which was a pretty big miss. But still should have been manageable to win. But yeah, it's pretty disappointing because I thought Safad was like on the right track. They just like played a very close game with Bethelem. The game before I think they won the game before. So I thought they were trending upwards. There's a little bit of a bump in the road, but hopefully they can figure it out towards playoffs.
I mean, we know what we have to do. We were just there was no game plan. That's what it felt like. It felt like we didn't know what the hell we were doing, especially in the first.
And maybe do you guys know Ali Hassan wasn't coming?
Yeah, I knew.
You guys played down to the competition like, oh, we're gonna win this.
Definitely. Oh, not really. No, I came in with the energy. I made that a point after having a abysmal performance in Central on Sunday. So I knew to come in with the energy. I'm telling you, it was as simple as that. And like, I'm not gonna lie, like. It's really difficult when man is just sitting paint.
Yeah, you can't drive
24/7. There's literally nothing like it makes everything so much harder.
We
should have broke it. I was trying my best to break it. Like I don't want to blame my teammates, but we were doing something wrong offensively, and like I'm sure I was in the right mindset. I knew what we had to do. We just weren't executing.
Did you and Mana have rebound battle?
I honestly can't. Wallahi, I heard someone texted me
19 rebounds.
Someone texted me after the game, 19 rebounds. I'm like. Yeah, of course we let Mana get 19 rebounds. I open it like,
well, me and Shafiq saw he had 19 rebounds, so then we like bring Ahmed Chaban over and we're like, yo, Ahmed, look at the stats. And Ahmed looks and goes, oh, almost 3 for 14, ew. And then he looks again and goes, 19 rebounds. What the hell?
I honestly don't know anything. I knew I had a lot of rebounds, maybe like 10, but I didn't know I had 19.
19 is freaky.
Yeah.
On the Nablus side, Alman Mana carry job, bro. 21-20, and like I almost said, he's just a beast. For 40 minutes, he's running up and down, covering the paint, blocking shots. He's just being there all the time. And that's what makes Nablus so hard to play, even if, like, when Ali Hassan is there, like, yeah, you look at the team and you're like, hey, I really got to only worry about, like, 2 guys.
Yeah.
But just Mana being there, he feels like 2 people in the paint. So, like, it's just, Nablus is, like, yeah, they're just a scary team to play.
Offensively for us, we tried so hard to break. So that's what it was, honestly. That was the switch from the first half to the second half. Offensively, we had 18 points in the first half, 30 in the second. I was trying so hard to break it, figure out like to get man out of the paint, whatever, and work that out. And I was like, the second half, I'm like, screw this, and we just started pushing the pace to where. Let's beat him before he gets to the paint. Yeah, and then that's what we were doing, and we managed to score.
That's what it is when you play against Mana. Like, you're going to need to break the zone, wait till they double and kick, and your team's going to have to hit threes. Like, almost team couldn't hit any threes, and that clearly cost them.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I mean...
Samir had a few...
Samir had 10 points, 3 for 10
couple
from
threes
the
at the beginning of the game.
Hamza Abdelghani played pretty well, 10 points, 3 for 5. Yeah. Hamza Shah had a pretty nice all-around game. 6 assists, 11 rebounds. Obviously, the shooting percentage isn't great, but like
8 turnovers. I honestly didn't realize that.
I lied. You almost had a quadruple double.
2 for 11, 8 turnovers. But no, he was effective. He was playing the point guard role. He was, I don't know. Towards the end of the game, he was protecting the ball pretty well.
So yeah, that's about it. Nablus with the upset.
Yeah.
Big Mana, stealing MVP in Central.
We'll see what happens there. Whatever. All right, next game was a banger and a very questionable ending, but
Wow. All right, where's Zubair? I need to see did you slide a 50? Did you slide 100? Who did you slide the 100 to? Okay. If you know, you know. Really, this game should not have been that close. Shafiq's team was killing them the whole first half. Like, it literally looked like they were going to blow them out by, 20, 25 points. I left at halftime. Like, Ahmed was coming down, hitting turnaround threes, and Mehdi was getting layups, and Ali Sufyan was hitting turnaround jumpers, and it really looked like Al-Quds had no chance. Like, they were just literally outmatched. Because once Bethelem gets in transition, it's a joke. He just throws it up to Mehdi. Mehdi's already at the rim. Adam Dawood is top one cherry picker in the whole league. He literally does not even try to play defense. He'll literally get to half court. By then, the shot's already up. Shafiq will outlet it, and then either Adam Dawood will get a layup or he'll drop it off to Mehdi, and Mehdi will get a layup. And that's what makes Bethelem so hard. Like, in transition, they're easily the best team in the league. It's not close. In the half court, they tend to struggle, and they tend to get lazy on defense, I think, which is what cost them. Because, at the end of the game, they left Zubair open. He hit, a big three. Omar Hussein hit, 2 big threes at the end of the game, and Omar Hussein maybe had, the same layup, 3 or 4 times. He'd get the ball, he'd go baseline, and then he'd hit, a little, floater, long-handed layup where he hit, 4 times. But he's been hooping lately. They did a very good job on Mahruz. Mahruz also was, dealing with an injury, and he was, a little hurt. You could tell. But overall, I mean, if you get Mahruz to go 2 for 15, that's a good game.
Great game.
Zayn also was killing them. It felt like Zayn scored more than Omar Hussein, but it's obviously because now that I look, Omar Hussein got to the line 7 times. Yeah, so it's they were quiet points. Zayn was they were the heartbreaking points. Bethelem would score, and then he'd come down and do one of the, I have to go up and under and flip it with my right hand and just take 30 seconds to score. So overall, it was definitely more that Bethelem lost the game than Al-Quds won the game. But that's also what me and Ahmad and other people have talked about Bethelem. I just feel like they don't, I don't want to say they don't have passion. They have passion. But they have
they
no...
don't have passion. They don't, except for Ahmed. Ahmed's the only one. Ahmed's the only one
but,
that has passion.
I don't know how to explain it. It's just there's no there's no dog. There's no we're down 8, call a timeout, and let's just start yelling at each other.
You tell me if you agree with me. Tell me if you agree with me or not. When it comes down to the end of the game, they're not so good at slowing the ball down in the half court and setting up plays for each other.
Sure. Their half court is definitely the weakest part of their game. They got better. Shafiq and Ali Sufyan, the pick and roll is really good. And Ali Sufyan has been hooping.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Ali Sufyan's been hooping the last 4 weeks. Wow. Against Alma's team, barely missed a shot. This week, 8 for 12. The week before, he was player of the week, 8 for 8. He's been amazing. Yeah. And Mehdi's been amazing. It's just that, when push comes to shove, sometimes I feel one of them has got to be hey, give me the ball, and let's settle everything down, which has to be Shafiq. Because at the end of the game, it was Mehdi turnover, then they got a 3, and then someone else turned the ball over, they get a 3. And then look, at the end, I get it. Shafiq's 5-second call was horrendous. That shouldn't have been a 5-second call. And then after that, we know that the clock ran out and Zubair made the putback shot. We all saw it, and everybody sent the NNJ chat, and we all saw it. But at the end of the day, Al-Quds let them back in the game in the first place. You guys were up 17 points at halftime. Bethelem let them back in the game in the first place. You guys were up 17 points at halftime. At that point, you guys have to keep pushing and not let them get back in the game. Especially with Mahruz having an off game like this.
I don't know much to say. I mean, Bethelem, their guy scored.
They all played well. And Shafiq had 10 assists. Shafiq was diming them up. They all played good. It's just little lapses in concentration. They just can't play a full 40 minutes of what they're capable of. It'll be 20 minutes, and then they'll be oh, this is too easy. And then they'll stop playing for 10 minutes. Yeah. That's the issue, in my opinion. But wow, you should have saw that Ahmed Shaban bag work.
I wish I did. He recorded it, no?
Of course he did.
He's gonna have to send me some clips. But I was playing, so I didn't watch the game. I just heard screaming. I look over, I see Zubair running. I'm no way, Zubair game winner. I didn't know any of the context.
And Shafiq got locked up by Omar. We don't have to say which Omar, but Shafiq got locked up by Omar at the end of the game. So, wow, greatness. Qalqilya versus Khan Yunis. Singer, I don't have a LeBron shirt, but just imagine this is a 6 right here. We don't even have to talk about the game. I don't remember what the score was either, but Singer came down Double clutch 3-ball. Good. Shouldn't have went in. Should never go in. Will never go in his whole life ever again. But it went in. Then got the rebound off a free throw or something. Came down. Oh, layup. Then the moment of truth. Wait, actually, before that, we have to talk about. Okay, so Shazib gets free throws, and I believe they're down 1. Shazib smokes the free throws. Great job, MVP. Then after that, some people, I saw this with my own eyes too, but my eyes definitely deceived me. KE9 did not box out, which led to a rebound. And then after that, KE9 fouled not knowing the foul situation. It's definitely got to be the wrong guy, though.
Yeah, wrong guy.
Maybe it was definitely Al-Bireh or something, and I didn't know.
Man's got past it. He probably trying to reach
because
for it.
Like everybody was like, "Oh my God!" Like Singer's LeBron and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's J.R. Smith can't happen. Okay, I don't believe it. Maybe because Ahmad Mustafa wasn't there, KE9 was a little off, so I'm gonna let him slide this time. But Swish gets 2 free throws. Swish makes the first one, misses the second one, and then it's tie game. And then the moment of greatness happened. Omar Singer grabs the rebound coast to coast. And then it's like you're watching 2018 LeBron versus the Raptors happen. Wow. Crossover to the right, takes the one-legged floater off the right hand, goes off the backboard, rims off the backboard, and goes in.
Up and back in.
And he slays the beast with just moves. Wow, Singer, what a performance.
We love a clutch performance.
Now, before those shots, I'm not going to lie, a little bit suspect, Singer. But
we don't know about that.
I don't know anything about that.
We don't know.
Other than that, though, Amir Charkis, washed king. He brought back the 4XLT. The shirt was like
I did see it.
You know Amir Charkis is going to hoop if the shirt under is a weird color. Like, he'd be wearing, like, these weird earthy neutral tones. I don't know what the hell they are. He was wearing, like, a light green or something. Yeah. I don't know what the hell that was. And it was, like, up to his, like, baseball shirt, like, up to his elbow.
Yeah.
Hooping, though. 7 for 12, 20 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Even, I was talking to Muhammad Al-Hindi's dad was watching in the crowd, and he, like, saw Amir warm up, and he was like, yo, this guy looks like really official. Like, did he play in college or something? So I like to see Amir locked in. And then Muhammad Al-Hindi, I think, secured the most improved player. Because this is, like, 3 back-to-back games where he went, like, 30, and 18 points, and he hit a huge 3 to keep them in the game.
6 for 9 from the 3.
Right now, standstill, he might be the best shooter in the whole league.
I said this preseason.
Like, it's a joke.
Pure shooter, 100.
He's shooting like 43% from the 3, and like at the rate and the clip that he's shooting threes from, I think he's shooting like 8 threes a game. Nine and a half
10.
threes a game, and he's shooting
10.
46%. He's shooting better from the 3 than he is from the field. Like,
he's 47% on almost 10 threes a game.
That's ridiculous. Like, that's like NBA level percentages. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, it is, Anna.
On the Qalqilya side, like, in all seriousness, they definitely did, like, choke this game. Like, Khan Yunis, yeah, like, Omar Singer, amazing, crazy shots. But Qalqilya did, like, kind of have this game in the bag. I don't want to say they in the bag completely, but, like, they had, like, a couple of questionable things that they did at the end of the game where they kind of gave it to them.
Yeah,
like,
so the game was close the entire way. It was just at the end, they had their lead with a minute or 2 minutes left, so, like, they could just slow down the ball, run the clock out, but... So some suspect plays and
Shazib couldn't really hit a 3.
Yep.
And Shazib took like a tough 3 at the end of the game, which kind of killed
horrible
him.
Shot.
Then he obviously the free throw situation that happens to anybody. Another thing is Swish had like a bunch of open 3s. Like, he went 1 for 8. I didn't even know that. Just from me watching, I watched the game. He just missed like a lot of open 3s that he tends to make usually. Deep Patel was hooping. He, like, obviously Shazib was MVP, but other than Shazib, Deep has been the most consistent player for them. Not close, bro. Yeah. 19 and 11, 4 assists. What he does on defense is amazing, and like, he's just been hooping. They were missing almost a Huawei, which was a huge miss for them on defense. Like, he does a lot of the dirty work, and they needed it. And then, yeah, I mean, that's really it. Good win for Khan Yunis, and hopefully Joey could be back first week of playoffs.
Word. We need Joey back.
And Doc, if you miss one more game coaching, I'm gonna be pretty tight at you. I'm not gonna lie. Kind of been slacking this season. All right, last game.
Yaffa versus Al-Wehdat.
Yeah, this is a game that absolutely nobody watched.
I actually had to watch it because I was stat keeping.
So I'm gonna talk about it because I was busy watching LeBron James.
This game was actually, like, you see this 10 point win.
Who's that 30, 12, and 6?
Yeah. You see this 10 point win right here. It was not like it was a very calm 30.
I feel like we're saying this a lot about Wehdat. Like they're in like every single game.
They weren't like in it. Like it was a comfortable lead for Yaffa the entire game, but it was like a 10-point game throughout. Like it was never.
Like
it was
a
never like a
blowout or
20.
something.
Yeah, it was never like up to 20 points. Maybe up to 14, but sometimes down to 6. You know, but it was a comfortable. But it was 10 points the entire way. It was just no defense from Al-Wehdat.
Sounds like my type of game for real.
Like the amount of times like Yahya has so many open threes. Like he's just open out there. Hobby, the amount of open threes he had, and then Moose, Ilyas, and Ilyas also had a bunch of open threes. But Moose, Ilyas, and Safe, basically whatever they wanted down low.
Safe was hooping.
Yeah.
He's making a late push for Rookie of the Year, 13 and 10. Very nice.
And he had a few assists. Yeah, 4 assists. I remember he had a few
nice
assists. So yeah, it was just smooth sailing for them offensively. It was just Al-Wehdat actually played a good offensive game. Raza hit. Not Raza. Arman Marashta hit some threes. Jake hit some timely ones, like towards the end of the game, made it a little interesting. Their guest Alan Stroud played really well. He had a bunch of rebounds, and I don't know. They just played good offense in terms of like they were just moving the ball around. They weren't letting Yaffa get away from them.
I mean, they're missing some of their guys. Like Morayan, I think, is their top scorer.
Morayan was missing. Yamin.
Passion himself, Yamin.
Ali Omari.
Ali Omari, Hassan Kurki. So they're missing a couple of dudes, but like, yeah, Splash looked like he played well. 5 for 11, 12 points. Raza, I still feel like he needs to take more shots because every time he takes 15 shots, he has like 20 points. I don't know why he's only taking 8. Jake, you need to take less shots. 23 shots is a lot, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Let me put it this way: the amount of times during the game I'm watching Jake like just hold the ball and try to shoot the ball. I'm like, what the hell was that? Like, such a dumb shot.
Well, like, I get it that he's like probably the most talented one on offense. Like he should be the top shooter, but like 23 is just a lot of shots.
There's a difference between shooting your shot versus taking dumb shots. There's a difference.
Alma Marachli also looks like played a good game, 4 for 10, 11 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. He's just like a very good like 3-and-D smart player, and it's good to see him back because he was out for like 3-4 weeks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean like Al-Wehdat is just an interesting team. Like they're like a very good team, but just they never can get over the hump. Like that's basically what I feel like.
Yeah. They're always fighting from behind. They get down there. It's about defense, man.
But like Raza, Omar, Jake, like they got talent, and Morayan when he comes back.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Yaffa took care of business, and in my opinion, Big Moose probably solidified the MVP with this performance. 30, 12, and 6.
Yeah, it makes sense.
You did the schedule thing?
Yeah.
What's up?
All right, now we can get into round 1 of the Summer Ball 2024 playoffs.
All right, the first game is the 7 and 10 seed, Al-Bireh versus Al-Wehdat, which is my team versus Razo's team, or Yamin's team. And you know who I'm gonna pick. It's gonna be me.
I mean, this could be a very good game
though.
Yeah.
We both don't play defense.
Really could be a very good game. Wehdat has the size.
Yeah, they do.
Like to beat you guys, but I'm gonna go with the talent and the. I don't know. I just feel like they'll play better Al-Bireh will play better basketball.
I'm gonna put it like this. I'm not gonna say who, but there was a guy that walked up to me and he was like, "Yo, I just came back from Mexico and I was doing like an excursion, and I passed an island and it said Passion Island, and all I did was think about you."
I'm convinced.
I swear someone said that to me. I'm not lying. So, yeah, I'm gonna take Club Passion, the new Club Passion.
Yeah, but yeah, I got Al-Bireh. It could be an upset though from Al-Wehdat, but
Definitely. We're weird.
But yeah, I got Al-Bireh by 2. That close.
Chill, yo.
That's fun, bro. That's fun. Gritty, close wins are the fun, most fun one.
Amir Hassan, half-court buzzer beater for the win.
Yeah,
I respect it.
More like Amir Hassan Sel.
Chill, yo. Don't be dogging my guy.
All right,
Second game.
Safad versus Qibya. This is the 8 seed versus the 9 seed, or the 9 seed versus the 8 seed.
I'm not gonna lie. This may have been the worst matchup Safad probably could have ever got out of all the seeds.
I'm not gonna lie. I still
think they can win, but I was like, damn.
I saw it. Look, I saw the bracket that Ahmed Shaiban put in the chat real quick, and then I was like, wow. I wish we could just like somehow just magically. I'd rather. My point was because I saw Yaffa would be the next team in the bracket. I was like, I'd rather versus Yaffa than Qibya. That was my thought.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, but
like between us, I didn't want to play Ahmad in the playoffs, and I thought they were gonna win. And if they won, I think we would have ended up playing each other. But thank God they lost. So, Safad versus Qibya.
Okay, so story is quick headliner is that we beat them in the regular season, but without Farhad.
Yes. Another thing is, I don't think they got anybody that can guard on one. So, if Amr's hitting their shots, they definitely have a chance. On the other end, though, if they're lazy on defense like they did with Mana last week, Farhad and Adil are going to absolutely obliterate.
We're going to get dogged if that happens.
So, it's basically Amr Abbasi or bust. And
I think it's defense or bust, if I'm being honest. I mean, definitely, like, I have to play good. In every game, not just this game. But I think it's defense or bust. If we're not getting back in transition like we were in this last game, and we're not playing defense, especially on those two guys, we're not ready for them, we're gonna get killed.
I'm taking Safad by 7.
Obviously, I'm taking my team, and I think we're gonna do it. I think we're gonna come in finally with a game plan and play this thing out, man.
Okay, what's the 8th game? Nablus versus Khan Yunis. All right, the issue is I don't know if Ali Hassan is playing. Now, if Ali Hassan is playing, Nablus could very well win this game. At the same time, though, Khan Yunis is the scariest team in the whole league because Amir Charkis, Joe Capone, and Mohamed Al-Hindi, if they're all hitting shots, they could beat anybody in the whole league. So I'm going to take Khan Yunis because they just won a big game, and I just have a lot of faith in Amir Charkis.
If Ali Hassan's there, I'm taking Nablus.
Yeah.
If not, I'm taking Khan Yunis. If not, I'm taking Khan Yunis by 15.
They can bring a guest, right?
No, hell no.
Oh, so they're beat. Okay.
Yeah, by the way, that's another announcement. No guests in the playoffs. Don't even try.
Okay.
Thank you.
Al-Bireh versus Al-Qudus. Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I got it, Blitz.
Hassan, I'll take it.
I'm sorry. There's no, this is.
I lied. I'll take Al-Bireh by 8.
Yeah, liar. Nah, there's just no.
I'll tell you
it's
why.
It's a bad matchup.
Because I got a text at 1 a.m. from a guy at camp. They told me playoff Agdagat is coming.
I'm convinced. I'm so convinced.
Hell, yo. He told me he's been in the lab at camp.
Yeah, all right. The kids be bothered. Like, yo, they'll be able to literally somehow get their hands on walkie, be like, yo, where you at?
Yeah, literally was like, yo, I woke the kids up, took them to Fajr, and I was locked in on the course.
Yeah, I'm convinced.
Wow, crazy.
Nah,
Dogging playoff Agdagat.
I got it. It's a bad matchup for Al-Bireh.
Yeah, that's basically it. I guess we'll finish the season stats and see who. So Ali Hassan led the league in scoring. How many games did Ali Hassan play?
You're right clicking.
He played 6 games, which is enough.
More than half the season.
So Ali Hassan led the league in scoring with 26. Hassan led the league in second was 25, and Moose was 23. Mehdi was 21, and Shazay was 20. I feel like this is the highest top 5 I've ever seen in my whole life.
Yeah.
I feel like usually like
was last season higher with Ty Jackson? So overall, this season, it's pretty similar.
It's pretty similar. I lied. Actually.
But Ty Jackson was just an outlier. He had 32 again. But you didn't have 2 people on 26 and 25.
Yeah.
There was
I just felt like usually by the time you get to 4 or 5, you'll start seeing
but
17.7s
these 2 seasons
and 18.2.
These 2 seasons were definitely the most though.
But yeah, everybody's adopting the Tawfiq no defense methods. I respect it. Amr Mana led the league in rebounding, 18.9. Jihad led the league in assists and steals. Farhad was 2nd in assists. Hassan was 3rd in assists. I was 4th in assists. Shafiq was 5th in assists.
How the hell am I not on this?
Amr was 7th in assists.
How many is this? 4.1. We're all like in the 4s. Whatever.
Jihad Mustafa led the league in steals. Shazay was behind him. Ahmed Abdul Ghani, Hassan Shaban, and Omar Little Abbasi with the top 5 in the steals. Mana led the league in blocks. Mana led the league in double-doubles. Anazubi led the league in free throws, and 3 points made was a tie between Mohamed Al-Hindi and Ali Hassan. Wow. At 4.5. That's pretty crazy.
Actually, I'll do this off camera. All right. That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Good luck in the playoff, Shabab.
Assalamu alaikum.